The stage is set for the Global Rallycross Championship on ESPN. Well, Topi is looking absolutely masterful in this series so far, going for his 5th win tonight, but I know there are a couple of people in the field that hope to spoil that, right?
Yes. You know, nobody wants to see the same guy win every race, least of all the rest of these drivers. And looking at the grid there, Timur Timurjanov is in the number 4 spot, Bucky Lasek in the orange car. That's Steve Arpin.
And my man Bucky Lasek won 4 straight vert goals at X Games this year, took the Summer Slam. He's in that orange Subaru right in the middle of your screen. Really hopes to do well here today, but Ken Block on the far left, he's up. Who gets the jump? Looks like Block's gonna get it.
And Ken did a smart thing there. You saw him just creep inside a little bit to defend that inside line so he didn't get caught in a pinch. And that is a very smart tactical move on his part if he's going to start in that number 1 position.
So Ken Block breaks, goes for the Joker. Oh, Arpin follows him in. Lasek decides to take the long way around so he can hit that Joker later on in the race. But so far, Ken Block smooth out in front. He really seems to know how to take that jump so perfectly.
I feel like this jump causes the least trouble for Ken Block. His car's set up, it's originally WRC engineering into that chassis, WRC technology in the suspension, and it really jumps and turns well in this dirt, in the ruts, and he can take that jump pretty much flat out, which nobody else here can do. Everybody else has to brake and lift a little.
And so far in the series, Ken Block has done amazingly well. And I have to say this, in his heat races, typically, but then has had massive problems in the starts. He has been punted out of so many finals, I've actually almost lost count.
So many cars in the start, it's critical to be first off the line, and I think his reaction times are just not quite as fast, usually, as the guy beside him. So he can outdrive them if he gets a chance, but if he gets caught up in the first corner crunch, there's nothing he can do.
And this is a good run for Arpin there in the Royal Purple Ford. He is trying to chase down Ken Block, but Ken looks super smooth, and we talked about this in seeding. A lot of guys we thought were slow were actually getting the better times here because that slow and steady pace through this very loose course really seems to be an advantage.
It's deceptive the way it looks. The less sideways they are, the less crazy, full out, flat out action.
Wow, talk about action. Bucky Lasek is on a charge right now.
I know, and look at him proving me wrong as he's flat out, hanging the back out, trying to get around Steve Arpin.
Where did he find that speed? That is unbelievable. That is incredible. Here's Ken Block. He is comfortably in the lead by about 5 seconds.
And Lasek, I mean, he qualified number 5 today, but Ken is just on a tear. He's going to be very, very tough to chase down. He's got a substantial lead here.
So the best that Bucky Lasek has done this season is 8th. But here he really does hope to do well. As you said, qualified in 5th position. It really means the Subaru guys have been working super hard to get those machines ready, and they certainly have showed that they've got some speed here this weekend.
We saw them yesterday practicing their starts as we're watching Ken here, again, still on board and watching him as suspension goes. And there's Bucky Lasek on course. He's got a good lead there on Timur Timurjanov.
But he was chasing down Steve Arpin. He's hoping that he can catch up to Arpin because 2 out of this heat will transfer immediately through to the finals. The rest have to race through a last chance qualifier. Nobody, of course, wants to do that. Right now, dragging at the back of the field is the Dodge of Timur Timurjanov. Has not looked happy at all today.
No, he hasn't. He had some trouble in the practice and qualifying session, nosed in on the jump and took out the whole front end of his car. So his mechanics have been very busy just to get him back out here, and I think maybe he still does not have full power.
So Ken Block comfortably in the lead, a big gap then to Arpin, then another gap to Bucky Lasek. You see the white flag flying. This is the last lap of this heat.
Big gaps on the course as we see Bucky Lasek come over the jump. Looks very good. They've got that car set up to handle the jumps well.
So Ken Block rounds the hairpin. He just has to go through the chicane, and he will win this heat. Another heat win in the books for Ken Block. What an amazing race. Look at the gap he put between himself and Arpin. And we're going to take a look at this speed and this time when he comes over the line. And there goes Bucky Lasek. So Arpin 10 seconds down on Ken Block in that heat. Bucky Lasek will unfortunately have to go to the last chance qualifier with Timur Timurjanov.